Caribbean Development Bank CDB's Director of Economics, Dr. Justin Ram, at the bank's annual press conference, spoke to InfoHub about the need to be prudent in Guyana's financial management of funds as it develops its oil and gas resources. Paul McAdam is in Barbados and filed this report.
CDB's Economic Director, Dr. Justin Ram, highlighted the importance of Guyana's Sovereign Wealth Fund in managing its finances attained from the oil and gas sector.
The revenues that are received from oil and gas can be windfall. There can be a lot of money coming from oil and gas. It is important that governments spend those monies wisely. What do I mean by that? That the resources that are coming from oil and gas should be used to build up other assets in the economy. That is to say, build up the human capital, ensure that the population is well educated, build up infrastructure so that that can support economic growth after the oil and gas has been depleted, and also to ensure that social capital, that fabric that keeps everyone together, is well maintained. Because after the oil and gas has been depleted, it is those assets that will be the mainstay of the economy.
It is important to avoid the pitfalls of the so-called Dutch disease as Guyana moves forward with the oil and gas sector, Dr. Ram added.
The Dutch disease is a phenomena, and I should say this was a phenomena that was first explored by an economist, a well-known economist called Dudley Sayers, when he looked at the mechanism of the open petroleum economy in neighboring Venezuela back in the 1950s. And what he discovered that when oil and gas revenues come into the government coffers, there's so much money that unions that are operating in the oil and gas sector lobby for higher wages. Those higher wages mean that there now is inflation in the economy. And then unions and workers in other parts of the economy start to lobby for even higher wages as well. What does that mean? Is that over time, other sectors of the economy become uncompetitive because they have higher costs because of wages. Yeah? So you really want to have a situation whereby the government is not spending all of the revenues coming from oil and gas, but in fact what we call sterilization of those resources by putting them in a sovereign wealth fund.
The CDB director explained that Guyana's oil and gas sector will benefit not only the country, but the entire region.
More energy could mean reduced energy costs for our economies. And as you know, energy costs for most of the region has been too high, and that has led to a negative impact on our overall levels of competitiveness. So I think that these new energy resources could be a bounty not only for Guyana, but for the entire region, to assist the region in becoming a lot more competitive through lower energy costs.
From St. Michael's, Barbados, at the CDB's headquarters, Paul McAdam for InfoHub.